beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel. This is a safe space where we dive deep into the magic of life, the beauty of love, the journey of spirituality, and of course, the incredible power of the law of attraction. Together, we'll explore ways to raise our vibration, manifest our dreams, and create a life filled with joy and purpose. So, I'm not entirely sure yet what's going to come through in this reading. I'm really allowing the cards to guide us today and reveal whatever energy is most dominant within our collective. The strongest message that's meant to reach someone at this very moment will naturally rise to the surface. With that being said, I do channel many different people, situations, and connections, so please always trust your own intuition. Take what resonates deeply with you personally and simply leave behind what doesn't. This space is meant to support, not to force anything. So let the messages align with your own inner knowing. So I actually just had a card jump out of the deck, and I'll be picking that up in just a moment. But before we dive into the message it's bringing through, I want to gently remind you that if you'd like me to channel even more specifically for you and your unique situation, make sure you've liked this video and double-checked that you're subscribed. These simple actions aren't just support for the channel, they're also forms of energetic exchange. Through this energy transfer, I'm able to tune in more clearly to your vibration and your circumstances, both in this reading and in future ones as well. So, with the Sun card coming out in reverse, I'm picking up on the energy of someone feeling as though a new beginning, a fresh start, or an opportunity in their life has been blocked or delayed in some way. I keep hearing the words self-sabotage, which makes me feel like someone here may be being a little too hard on themselves, almost creating their own obstacles without fully realizing it. This could also point to someone they're connected to, perhaps another person in this situation who has been sabotaging a connection or preventing progress from moving forward. Now, what's really interesting is that this card is aligning with the throat chakra. To me, this says that there is something left unsaid here. Someone deeply wanting to express themselves, to clear the air, or to communicate honestly about this blocked new beginning. It feels like words are being held back, and that silence itself is playing a role in the energy of self-sabotage. I'm also being shown sunny weather, like a warm, bright day, which could be a sign or confirmation for someone listening. And I keep hearing the letters A and R coming through strongly, almost like a name or initials that will resonate with a very specific person. As always, when I channel these types of details, names, letters, or even imagery, they're not for everyone, but rather for those who need that extra layer of confirmation in this moment. So let's take a look at what other cards came out here. With Patience showing up in the reverse position, I'm really picking up on the energy of someone who has been wanting something to manifest or unfold much more quickly than it actually is. There's this sense of impatience, of frustration with divine timing, almost like trying to rush something that can't be rushed. And paired with the Broken Heart card upright, this energy has been leading to feelings of deep emotional pain. But what's standing out to me is that this doesn't feel like just one heartbreak, one isolated event. What I'm channeling here is a pattern of repeated heartbreak, almost as though this person has been through cycles of disappointment and emotional heaviness again and again. It feels continuous, like heartbreak has been a recurring theme or lesson in their journey. Now, what's really powerful about this spread is that despite all of this pain, the Crown Chakra card has come through upright, and the numbers 1 and 4 seem especially significant here. I keep seeing the number 144, and now we also have card number 41 presenting itself. These repeating numbers are often confirmations from spirit, and in this case, they're pointing to a higher spiritual purpose that's weaving itself through this heartbreak. With the Crown Chakra upright, Spirit is showing that this isn't just pain for the sake of pain. There's something deeply spiritual being unlocked through these experiences. It's like the heartbreak itself is creating an opening, a connection to higher wisdom and divine guidance. Someone here is being aligned more fully with their soul's truth. Even if in the physical it feels heavy right now, I do feel called to channel a little deeper into this energy to uncover what exactly this ongoing heartbreak is trying to teach or illuminate. What is the higher purpose within this pattern of continuous heartbreak? Okay, so with indecision and woman holding a heart coming out in the upright position, what I'm picking up is the energy of someone who feels very unsure about whether it's safe to fully open their heart, whether to give their heart to someone, or even to something greater, like a dream or a path they've been considering. For some of you, this feels strongly tied to the idea of wanting to open your heart to the world in a bigger way, to step into a passion, a calling, or a soul-led dream that has been living inside of you for quite some time. It almost feels like you're standing at a fork in the road. And I'm getting a lot of divine feminine energy here. For some divine feminines, there's this sense of wrestling with the question, do I follow this long-held dream, this heart-centered vision, or do I hold myself back out of fear, out of uncertainty, out of the unknown? With the crown chakra upright, I'm sensing that whatever this is, it's not just some fleeting interest. It feels like a true gift, something divinely placed within you. Whether you would call it spiritual or not, it carries that sacred quality because it's something you were born with. I keep hearing natural inclination and born with it. This might show up as a talent, a skill, or an ability that's been with you since childhood. For some, this could be music, art, writing, or another creative pursuit. I'm even seeing hints of a stage, so this may involve performing, sharing your voice, or being seen in some way. Of course, with that comes the challenge of overcoming fear, the fear of visibility, of vulnerability, of fully stepping into what feels like your purpose. And I know this is starting to get pretty specific, but I do trust that whoever needs this message will feel it resonate deeply, because it's almost like Spirit is saying, you've always had this. This gift, this dream, it's part of who you are. The question is, will you allow yourself to fully step into it now, to trust your heart, and give yourself over to what you love most? Now, I know not everyone listening may connect to this creative or purpose-driven message, so do stay with me, because I do feel some more love-related energies coming through shortly. But for the divine feminine who's been at this point of indecision, this message needed to come through first, because your heart, your path, and your gift to the world matter more than you may realize right now. Okay. So let's ask, what does this divine feminine need to know right now? Especially since she feels like she's standing at this fork in the road. A card just flew out here, and it's big picture thinking. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Right away, I'm feeling guided to actually share a little bit directly from the guidebook for this card, because the message here is so powerful and timely. The guidebook explains that the world is in deep need of more artists, dreamers, inventors, and visionary thinkers. Perhaps you've recently been receiving an idea, an inspiration, or even just a quiet nudge in your heart that feels different, expansive, or almost ahead of its time. This card is coming through as your divine confirmation that yes, this is guided. This is something you're being asked to birth into the world. You're being encouraged to hold a clear vision of what's possible, even if others can't see it yet. Trust that vision, honor it, and then follow it through with grounded, consistent daily action, step by step. You are literally dreaming a new reality into being. Spirit is reminding you here, keep your mind and heart open, and try not to get caught up in the noise of what others may think. It takes immense courage to walk a path that hasn't been paved yet, to trust in a dream before it becomes tangible. But this is exactly the kind of bravery you're being asked to step into. Your vision was placed in your heart for a reason. The world needs the unique light and wisdom that only you can bring. Wow. I can feel right away that this is a message a divine feminine soul really needed to hear. If you're feeling that little nudge in your heart right now, pay attention. This is for you. I'm picking up on a very specific energy, almost like a strange but beautiful dynamic around someone's path. It's as though you've been carrying a dream, a passion, or a soul-deep inclination for a long time. Something that's felt like a part of you for as long as you can remember, but recently something has shifted. You may have noticed a fresh spark, a new wave of excitement, or a sudden inspiration rising up around this long-held dream. It could be a hobby, a gift, or a calling you've always had, but now you're feeling pulled in a new direction within it, as though Spirit is whispering an upgraded version of this path into your heart. You might even be receiving very specific ideas, visions, or downloads connected to this dream, little breadcrumbs showing you the next step forward. I don't know exactly who I'm speaking to, but I'm hearing a name beginning with an M. Maybe Marie, Maria, or something close to that. Whoever you are, know this. These inspired nudges are not random. They're signposts from your soul and from your guides, lighting up the next stage of your path. You were born with your passions, inclinations, and natural abilities for a reason. These aren't just hobbies. They're sacred hints of your soul gifts, the unique energies and talents you incarnated here to share with the world. When you follow the spark of inspiration within your long-held dreams, you align more deeply with your purpose and open the doors for the universe to support you in ways you might not yet imagine. And from the Moonology deck we have, it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. So someone here could definitely have Scorpio energy in their chart, but what's really standing out to me isn't so much the zodiac connection as it is the message around the word negativity. I feel strongly that someone listening may be wrestling with inner doubts, self-criticism, negative self-talk, or those subtle ways the mind tries to convince you that you aren't capable, worthy, or ready. Divine Feminine, your guides are calling your attention to these thought patterns right now, almost highlighting them with a bright light. They want you to notice when you're being hard on yourself, when you're questioning your worth, and when that doubt is creeping in. Because the truth is, when it comes to this dream or vision you've been holding, this isn't just some random idea. This is a sure thing for you, a destined part of your soul's path. This dream is woven into your life purpose, and because of that, as long as you keep stepping forward with courage, you will always be shown the next right move. I see such a strong reassurance here. Things are going to keep aligning for you, doors are going to keep opening, synchronicities are going to keep guiding you, because this really is your path. I'm also hearing the numbers 1 and 6 coming through for someone, which feels like a reminder of new beginnings, the 1 and harmony or alignment, the 6, connected to this divine journey. Now, when emotional storms rise, and they will from time to time, I see the storm warning card appearing upright. That storm doesn't mean the path is wrong. It means fears, doubts, and old conditioning are being stirred up to be released. Your guides are saying, when the storm comes, don't cling to fear. Don't overthink it. Don't spiral into doubt. Instead, allow those emotions to wash through you like waves and then let them go. I keep hearing the phrase, loosen up your logic a little bit. It's almost playful, like your guides are gently teasing you. Because for some of you, the pattern is, you get these huge, exciting visions or goals. You feel inspired, but then the rational mind swoops in with questions like, but how will this work out? How can I be sure it's safe? What if I take the next step and it doesn't lead anywhere? And your guides are reminding you that this is exactly the kind of thinking they want you to release. They're encouraging you to let yourself flow with the inspired energy instead of analyzing it to death. Be a little less logical, a little more trusting. Let your intuition carry you. This isn't about reckless leaps, it's about softening into faith, knowing that the path itself is alive and will reveal itself one step at a time. Wow, there are some truly beautiful and powerful messages coming through right now. I'm feeling guided to tune in even more deeply for you, Divine Feminine. Specifically, I'm being drawn to bring forward messages for those of you who may be dealing with some form of sabotage, whether that's self-sabotage on your part or patterns of sabotage coming from a masculine counterpart, especially when it comes to a fresh start or new beginning in love. I sense this could be highly relevant for some of you at this time. As I shuffle and clear out the energies to channel more clearly into the love aspect of your reading, your guides are strongly emphasizing something very important. They're drawing your attention to patterns of negativity, self-criticism, and self-doubt that may be quietly influencing your life beneath the surface. They're saying that the most supportive thing you can do for yourself right now is to begin consciously clearing out these negative patterns, old stories, and limiting beliefs that might still be rooted in your subconscious mind. We often forget that our subconscious controls up to 95% of our thoughts, behaviors, and outcomes. It's like the hidden blueprint behind everything we experience. In fact, it's often said that the subconscious mind is directly reflected in our energy field, and that's exactly what I'm seeing for many of you. The incredibly empowering part of this is that by intentionally reprogramming and healing the subconscious, you don't just shift your mindset, you shift your energy field itself. This, in turn, allows you to manifest with far greater ease and speed, because when you change the energy you're putting out, the universe naturally mirrors that back to you. New opportunities, deeper connections, and more aligned love all begin to flow in as a reflection of the transformation happening within you. But right away, to close with some love messages around this potential new beginning that someone here may have self-sabotaged. The contract card came out in the reverse position. This is a powerful indication of someone finally closing out a very negative, karmic, or painful cycle in love. I'm hearing dark and heavy, almost like a shadow period that has been weighing on the heart. This could very well be you, Divine Feminine. I'm sensing that many of the feminines I'm channeling here have recently moved through something extremely intense and soul-shaping in matters of the heart. I'm also seeing 1111, which for me is a number sign of alignment, divine orchestration, and new portals opening. It feels like your guides are showing you that you've already endured the hardest part. Now it's time to step into freedom. In fact, as soon as I tuned in, I clearly heard, "It's time to free yourself." So I felt guided to pull a few more messages from the shoebox deck. What else does this Divine Feminine need to know? Missed calls. And immediately I heard missed calling, as if there's a Divine Feminine here who has been feeling a pull toward a dream, a passion, a soul mission, or a creative purpose, something we spoke of earlier. Yet, for some reason, she may have held herself back from fully putting her heart into it, from truly pursuing it in all its fullness. For some feminines, this hesitation or self-restraint may have been because a great deal of energy, focus, and attention was being poured into a masculine energy. Someone who may have been present in your life, or even a masculine archetype you were energetically attached to. It feels like at some point, this masculine energy may have distracted you, drained you, or even subconsciously held you back from your highest potential. Of course, that won't resonate with everyone, so take it only if it connects. But for those it does resonate with, the message is clear. The cycle that kept you bound is dissolving. Spirit is calling you back to your own heart, to your own path, and to the dreams that have been waiting patiently for you to reclaim them. With the Sun card reversed and the Angel of Strength upright, I'm hearing a very clear message from your guides, Divine Feminine. Be confident, hold your strength steady. Even through what may feel like a delayed fresh start or a new beginning that didn't unfold exactly as you had envisioned or hoped, you're being guided to trust that this pause is purposeful. Your resilience and your faith are what carry you into alignment, even when circumstances seem off course. Now, what else does this Divine Feminine need to know? Forget, let's talk. Interesting, this phrase rises up strongly. I'm seeing someone here in love who has tried to forget the other, to erase the feelings, but at the same time there's an undeniable longing to communicate, to finally speak their truth. The energy of the throat chakra comes forward again here, echoing a previous pull, this urge for conversation, for expression, for what was left unsaid. I'm picking up strongly on a masculine energy that still lingers in your field, Divine Feminine, even if this person is not physically present with you in the 3D right now. It feels like this masculine was deeply woven into the heavy cycle you're now breaking free from. And yet, even as you're stepping out of that energy, there's a part of him reaching back toward you, wanting some form of dialogue, some kind of closure or reconnection. It's almost as though his soul is whispering, "I tried to forget you, but I can't." What this masculine wants you to know feels like late-night confessions from the heart. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I bury myself in work to forget you. I'm sensing a man who channels most of his time, energy, even his social world into his work or career. But behind that dedication is a deeper truth. This is his attempt to numb himself, to quiet the intensity of what he feels for you. Yet the emotions remain, undiminished. I hear his soul saying, "I want to feel that way again." And then, almost like a shadowed whisper of regret, "I settled for second best because I didn't feel I deserved you. I should have believed in you. You always had my best interests at heart." This masculine feels caught between the life he built to cope and the life his heart actually longs for. His attempts at forgetting have only underlined how unforgettable you truly are. What else does this Divine Feminine need to know about this situation with this masculine? A time for healing. This connection, whatever form it currently holds, is moving through a powerful stage of spiritual, energetic, and emotional healing. Even if you are in a period of separation or distance from this person, I'm hearing very clearly that this space was necessary. It may feel counterintuitive, almost backwards, but the truth is this pause, this stepping away, is actually serving to preserve the deeper potential of the connection itself, Both of you, in your own ways, were being called to step into healing individually. This was especially vital for the masculine, who had layers of unprocessed wounds and energetic blocks that he needed to address within himself. It's as though Spirit pressed pause here to give him the chance to face those inner shadows, to transform, and to come into greater alignment. Without that inner work, the connection may not have been able to grow in a healthy way. At the same time, Divine Feminine, you too are moving through your own evolution. You are being guided to lean into your vision, your next chapter, the dreams and soul callings that have been stirring within you. This time apart isn't wasted. It's aligning you with your path forward, the opportunities, passions, and self-expansion that are meant for you now. With the all-tied-up energy surrounding this masculine, I sense he feels restricted, cornered, or unable to fully move forward in the way his heart might want to. From his 3D perspective, it may feel like a block, or even a kind of stuckness. But from a higher 5D perspective, this pause is intentional. It's almost as though Spirit is keeping him from fully stepping into your life until he's completed this stage of healing and transformation. So while it may feel like disconnection, in truth, this is a sacred cocooning period, one that allows both of you to emerge stronger, clearer, and more whole. The choice to reunite, to reconnect more deeply, will always be yours, guided by free will. But know that what's unfolding right now is ultimately working in favor of your growth, your healing, and potentially the future of this connection, should you choose it. I really feel as though there's so much more that could be explored and shared around this situation. So if any part of this message connected with you on a personal level, I would truly love to hear from you in the comments below. Your reflections not only help me know what resonated, but they also add so much depth and energy to this space we're co-creating together. If you haven't already, I would be so grateful if you chose to subscribe and become part of this beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative souls here on YouTube. Subscribing also helps me to more clearly attune to your energy, which means I can bring through messages that are even more aligned and supportive for you, both in this video and in the ones to come. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing your light with this community. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope you carry this energy forward into the rest of your day, allowing it to unfold in the most beautiful and magical way.